Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy King J, joined with my guys Duke, D-Buck. We're about to do another podcast. We still don't have a title for it, so comment section down below, give us a name. We're gonna get into it. Today's topic is PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, or just PC. Keep it cool
Or
on
just
PC.
PC. Or is it PC? So
We
where do we start? Where do we start?
So what do you lot think about the PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X, man? What do you lot think about them?
I mean, they look alright. Whether they'll justify the probably what £400 price tag, that's a different story. But I don't know. I'm excited for new gen, but I'm not sure if they're ready for new gen. Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna be crazy upgrade compared to PS4, like graphic wise and stuff like that. I haven't seen something that's blow me away completely, because obviously they're still the PC, and obviously most of these models are done on PCs as well. So like, all the demo shows are mainly PC and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know I'm not entirely excited, but I welcome it. Because it has been. How long's the PS4 and Xbox
It's been a
been
while.
out now?
But I think it's coming up to 5 years lifespan. But that's what they usually do. At the 5 year lifespan, they change it up.
It must be more than 5 years, no?
It might actually be more. Actually, when I think about it, let me check.
When did PS4 come out?
PS4.
2012.
What? It's 2000. Oh, so to PS.
No, Europe was. When did Europe come out?
Jeez. So it
Was it
says.
November 2012?
It says that the
Xbox.
It came out 13.
Xbox One came out 2013.
Yeah, it was 13, I think.
I thought it was 5 year lifespan. So it's not 5 year lifespan.
No, it's been more than that, man.
Oh.
7 years. It's 7 years, isn't it? 7 years. 7 years lifespan.
That's been a long time.
Yeah, so it's expected, right? So, what do you think of the look, sir? What are you thinking of the PS5 look? Does it look modern to you, or do you rate the Xbox One more?
I'm not gonna lie to you. With both of them, I just even just like knowing that they're coming out. I haven't gotten like nothing that's made me like fully excited. Like, it's good to know that we've got another console, and it's good to hear the specs. Like, they're using, I think PlayStation using a solid state drive that's meant to load up games really fast. And
yeah, if you've seen like the examples, they just load up like that straight away. So it's sick.
That looks good. Don't get me wrong, but then it's like, what games are coming up on launch for me to be like, yo,
yeah,
I need to buy
like
this?
neither console has a very strong launch, to be fair. Like PS5 have a few games, and obviously Xbox had Halo at one point, but that got delayed, so that was a big loss for them. But I'd much prefer you delay a game than it come out and then it's be horrible. But
I'm just saying that I think
specs wise, this looks sick. Like, I mean, they look alright. Well, depends what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing it to a console, the specs are sick, right? So
yeah, I mean, it looks slicker than like you building a PC. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Like, it looks, well, a bit maybe. I don't know. It just looks slick. There's just like a nice slick design. The pad there, apparently it's got sensitive triggers or something like that. I mean, I'll get it at some point. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not gonna get it at some point. I'll probably get it at some point, but it's just,
you getting it on launch? Are you getting it on launch?
Nah, I probably wouldn't.
You're paying a full £400.
I probably wouldn't. It depends.
And if you are getting it, which one are you gonna get? Are you gonna get the digital one or the one with disc? Bear in mind, the digital one might even be £100 cheaper.
Yeah, so we need to talk about the digital one, because the digital one, the reason why I think the digital one is not good is because you are limited to just the games being stored on your hard drive, and it's $100 cheaper. But what happens when now, for example, you get a game? Say for example, someone says, "Oh yeah, I've got this game. I can lend it to you." You can't lend you nothing, bro. You got no drive.
I mean, yeah, that was one of the issues for the Xbox, the Xbox One when it first came. When they were trying to say, "Oh, we're just keeping it to digital only. Just install it to your console." And then everyone's like, "Okay, what about if I want to lend the game or something?" And then they couldn't, because it was everything's just stored. So
yeah, that thing. But it's like
bare backlash.
Bro, you gotta understand, not everyone is able to just afford a game like that. Like, I'm looking at it from all points of angles. Say, for example, you got friends that are like, you know, they're kids or stuff, and they're like, yeah, like I'll lend you the game.
Yeah.
Why is that a problem nowadays? You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, with the PlayStation, like the digital, yeah, it's cool. You don't have to, everything's stored on there. That's cool. But then what
I mean,
happens?
some people. Okay, so imagine you don't have friends. Let's say all your friends are online, and you're never really gonna lend a game, and you prefer all your games to be on a console. That it makes more sense, I guess.
Exactly.
But the downside of that is all your games has to be through Sony's store, right? And they charge whatever they want, really. So you won't get your maybe discounts that retailers will give you. So the game might be, you know, 50, 60 pound on the store. It might be 70 quid or something like that. So
I'm hearing the games are like 70 quid, you know. I'm not gonna,
yeah,
I can't see the PG, and that's looking like 70 quid.
And you're limited to that. Whereas a retailer, you might be able to go to Tesco and get it much cheaper. So it's that's another thing. So whilst you're saving maybe 50, 100 pound on the actual console, it's probably gonna add up when you're buying games off the store. But a lot of people do that. A lot of people don't mind spending the extra £5-10 these days and having it just on your console. And as soon as it hits midnight, I don't have to go to the shop, or I don't have to worry about the postman giving it late or stuff like that. It's already on my console. So
it's true.
A lot of people do that.
It's true. We can't deny the fact that everyone's using stuff online now. Like, for example, even me, like when I play stuff on the game on my PlayStation 4, most of the stuff is online. But you know, I'm more than sure that there probably is gonna be websites where you can probably get a code and you could probably
that's what I'd imagine. It would be through that way. So like the actual game would be on a retailer's like a code. And it'd probably be cheaper.
So,
but they're saying,
I know, man.
What are you saying, dude?
They might cut down on that because Nintendo cut down.
Yeah, they
did.
They'll
shut that. They said their games can't be sold.
But you know what? Nintendo's different, man. Their games.
I know, but companies might be like, you know what? Especially if they're trying to really push this digital-only version.
Yeah.
It might be something they're trying to do. You get me? Like, if they want to do that, like the prices need to come correct, man. You get me? Like, they can't be selling a digital game that costs more than a physical disc that I can then resell after I don't want to play. But you give me a digital copy that I can't do nothing with.
I mean, you don't get no manual. Well, you don't even get manuals in games.
No cover. There's no cover production. No cover. No disc production.
I think that's more down to Sony and Microsoft. I think like the publishing and stuff like that. They just charge.
But how can you sell me a digital game that costs the same, but on PC?
It doesn't make sense.
Look at the amount of sales we get on PC.
Yeah.
The game will be full price 1 week. Steam had to sell, taking off like 50%.
Yeah. It's
and
crazy.
It's not a Steam game, like it's another company and Steam, so they're splitting the profits.
Yeah.
How are you selling full price?
That's
games,
just a Microsoft and Sony problem, I guess. It's just
it don't make sense. Like if you really want to push digital, then lower your prices with the game. If they gave decent prices on games, not even discount, the prices should be way cheaper than retail. People will go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, have you heard what the price is gonna be though?
What was it?
Like,
£70?
£70 for a game.
£70 standard.
£70 maybe standard for like a you know.
I know Call of Duty
2K,
is
a 2K or
2K as well.
Like them type of games, like a game that's gonna come out every year. £70. I think
that game's. Let's.
I think that's ridiculous.
We know that's 70. Call of Duty 70. We need to wait and see what the
And that's probably just the basic one. That's without DLC. Without anything.
Of course, that's basic bottom of the barrel. Bro.
That is. I think that's a bit too much. You can't expect
way
me
too much.
Spend 4 bills on a console and then pay another £70. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if game companies are struggling and stuff like that because maybe because now the standard for a game is now £50. It used to be £40. A standard now is £50. We're even like, you know, creeping up to £60. I know, you know, FIFA tries to charge £60. I know most stores like the PSN store, like they try and start £60, but you could probably get down to £50. So I don't know. Like obviously now it's new gen, so they're probably saying it probably costs more and stuff like that. So they might try and say £60 because don't get me wrong, I don't mind paying for a sick game. If it's a sick game. It's a game that's, you know, a lot of effort's been put in. I don't mind paying the 60. Even, you know what, even a £70, if it's like a masterpiece of a game, if it's a 10 out of 10 game, I don't mind paying if a lot of effort is put in that game. But if I am not paying for a game that comes out yearly, a COD, a FIFA, NBA 2K, I ain't paying premium prices for that.
Yeah.
So, and it's when it's probably on the current gen as well. So it's probably going to be similar to.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I'm agreeing with you. It's too much. It's too much. But maybe I don't know why they're thinking to put it that price. It's not making sense.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of underpaid people in a gaming industry. So it's probably even by raising it £10, it might save.
Ain't nothing to do with nothing, man. They're still gonna be underpaid because these companies don't value their workers. You get me? The prices is like that, but to feed the top guys, that's what it is.
Of course, they're probably still gonna be underpaid.
There's no way. Like, if that was the case, they would come up with that because it would look like obviously they've put the price up, but then it would look good on them. Like, you know what, we're putting up the price, but we're doing that so we can pay our.
I mean,
it's better. You get me? Like,
they never say that, man. They're just gonna. Cause top people are just gonna think,
because it's not to help.
Can't be giving them more money.
Exactly. Of course they
can't give them more.
What they're thinking.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, if they, I don't know. I feel like their prices are gonna go down soon. They're gonna realize that it's pretty expensive for a game. Like, think about it, £100 is pretty much £30 off from it being £100 for a game.
Yeah, that's mad, man. That's actually mad.
£100, bro. Like for a game. Like imagine you buying a kid. Like imagine, obviously I'm a dad now. Imagine me buying my kid, my daughter, £70 game. £70 game, bro. Like,
and it might even be a trash game as well, because she might wanna.
It might be
like,
trash.
One of them like them dev games, but
I would have to take the
risk. You still got to give it. It's like can't.
and you see with the digital version, I just clocked, yeah. So if I buy a game with a code and I say, right, I don't like the game, this game is trash, I can't then return it, can I? Because it's a digital code of the game.
Not. So what Steam do, I think you got within 24 hours. Or if you've played less than 2 hours or something, you can actually refund it. But I don't know if that applies to.
I was saying to you, if the digital price, like
that ain't gonna apply to Sony or Microsoft. Once
digital
you pay,
game, you can't do nothing. That's it. But they still want to charge you retail price for a game you can't resell or refund. At least if I buy a game from the shop, complete it, whatever, boom, man, hit CEX, trade this in, get another game. You get me? What are you doing? You can't do nothing with your digital.
Some people don't.
And this is what
I don't sell games though. I don't sell games. Some people don't sell games. Some people like.
It's true, but
not everyone just sells their games. I've got a massive collection. I just
you
don't.
Have the option to if you want it.
Yeah, no, obviously I still have the option.
That's the thing. And what don't make sense with these companies, this is what they originally wanted. That's what you said with Microsoft. They wanted digital only from Xbox One.
Yeah.
If you want that, put your games at a reasonable price.
100%.
Okay, so now we're going on to Microsoft now. What they've done is we've got a Game Pass. So you can pay what £15 a month, and you get every game. They're putting every game, even like the exclusive games, are going on Game Pass. So they're giving you a service now.
Explain Game Pass to me, because I don't.
So
really know
so a Game Pass you pay. Okay, you pay £15. Yeah, think of Netflix of games. So you pay £15 a month or something, and you've got an entire library of all the games of Xbox. Well, majority. Well,
PC.
when it comes on Xbox, the One X one, they're gonna have the new games on that as well. So they said, so that's why when they say console war, there's not really a console war anymore, because Microsoft is saying all our games are gonna be on Game Pass. So that means they're giving you a premium service. So now we've been talking about £70 games.
Basically
Microsoft can put their games on their thing for £15. So it'd be like a Netflix thing. Whereas Netflix is the biggest, I don't know, subscription-based company right now, or something that I think it is, or something like that. So and there's like £11 or something a month. So Microsoft's thinking, okay, we could charge £15. I don't know if that includes Xbox Gold or whatever included or stuff like that.
Yeah. But
So you might still have to pay for that.
So you can pay for an upper tier. But what you're saying is, I get this thing basically like Netflix. I can select whatever game I want for that month.
Whatever's on their thing. So and
Yeah.
they've got a big choice. Yeah. So
That's
like
mad.
let's say like the latest Yakuza game comes out, they'll put that on Game Pass.
Mad.
So it's like it's like a rental thing. So you have to, obviously if you stop paying for Game Pass, you can't play that game though. So that's the thing. So you technically never really own that. So similar to Netflix. If you stop paying for Netflix, you can't watch your TV shows or your films and stuff like that. So that's the direction Microsoft's going in. And obviously that's not going to just be for the Xbox Series S. It's going to be for PC as well. So when it comes to like console wars, I don't think there really is a console war anymore because Microsoft are thinking, look, we can put the Game Pass on PC. And you know, if we're being honest, PC is probably like the strongest. It probably is the best if we're being realistic. And a lot of people are going to be doing that.
They won't
So-
leave the console. They can't leave the console because
I mean,
everyone's
yeah.
not gonna. Remember, these are top tier games as well. Like, so you're gonna need a good PC. Like, and not.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Everyone doesn't want a PC. Oh,
Yeah, no one wants to sit on a computer. Like you have to sit on a computer to play.
I can't
a
see
PC.
them. Like, they might not push the Xbox as hard, but I don't think they'll leave.
I mean,
it, like,
they'll still push it. They'll still push it. But if you're talking about sales comparisons, whereas like you know, Sony is like saying, look, we've got these exclusives. You have to buy our console. It's not a case. Whereas Xbox is saying, look, we've got a Game Pass. Yeah, you can get it on the console, or you can get it on PC. But this is the Game Pass. So I think the Game Pass is actually amazing. It's an amazing idea. It's something that, you know, I see a lot of, you know, companies might be doing in the future. Who knows? It might be a case of, you know, maybe a Sega wants to do a Game Pass. Maybe another company wants to do a Game Pass. And that stuff like that might actually be the future of gaming. Instead of me paying £70 every time I want. So imagine you want to try a game. Obviously, you got the demos and stuff. But, you know, with Game Pass, you can just play a game, delete it, play another game, delete it. You know, I just think it's sick. I think that's the one thing that Xbox or Microsoft has going for them is the Game Pass. I don't know if it's 15 or 20 quid a month. I mean, you can't go wrong if you play a couple of games a month and you're actually finishing them. I mean, you get your money back, right? So I just don't know how it's gonna work with the third-party games. I don't know if they're gonna put all the third-party games on that Game Pass, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Is like EA gonna want FIFA being on the Game Pass straight away? Do they want the money?
FIFA
I
won't
don't
be on
know.
a Game Pass.
It won't be.
It probably won't be because
But they got EA access, isn't
they got their own like gaming service as well, like similar to that. But
So this is the new thing that everyone's doing. It's like basically like a subscription service. You get to play the games.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. The Netflix model works, right? I think it's something that. I mean, Sony's got their own version as well. They got PS Now. But
Yeah. But that's
it's
streaming
not
to
very-
whack.
Yeah.
But that's
it's-
because
it's-
when you're playing fighting games, I remember I was playing
yeah,
King
you
of Fighters.
can't. Yeah, you can't play
Yeah, you can't play them because of the timing. The timing's very.
because that one's it's
But
actually
you can download though, can't you?
You could work.
I don't
You
know.
can download games. You can
I
download
don't
the
know how
games.
PS
You
PS
can
Now
stream
works.
them, but you can download as well.
I'll explain it. So like, I didn't know you could download them. I thought you just go on the PlayStation Now, you play the game that you want, but it's basically streaming. So like when I'm playing certain games and I'm
Yeah,
fighting
that's-
games, it's frame specific. So it's like I'm getting stuff and sometimes it's delayed. So it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, you can download games. I think.
Mm.
I think. When was it? Yeah. You probably can, but it's just the thing with PlayStation Now. It's like it's all old games mainly, so it's not. You're not gonna get the latest games, whereas Xbox is trying to push out the latest games. Like they're saying, Halo from the get go will be on Game Pass. So Halo standalone is £70.
Okay.
Why am I gonna pay? Why am I gonna pay £70 for a game? I'll just pay £15 a month for this Game Pass, and if I like it, I might find another game that I like. So it's similar to I don't know. I don't know how much money they're losing or how much money they're gaining through this, but I'd imagine a lot of maybe the smaller companies will prefer their game, Game Pass. When you look at the recent Fall Guys, they released their game on PlayStation, PS Plus for free, and that is the most downloaded game
Right,
in the
huh?
history of PlayStation Plus. And if you go on Twitch, I think it's #1 game on Twitch.
It's dropped.
No,
Is
it's
it
just dropped.
dropped, yeah?
Okay.
It was by it being it was is a big
Yeah, it was.
thing.
It was.
So that's
At the
crazy.
mo- Among Us. I've never heard of that game. Like, that's got
That's the game, right?
Which one?
Among
some. What is that? Why has that got?
Spaceship.
Why has it got
Murder.
nearly 200,000?
This I'm not. This not.
Yeah. But still, anyway. But some people, some companies benefit putting their games on like streaming services. So that's why I could see, I just think if you ask me if it's out of PlayStation 5 or Xbox X, I'd probably go for PlayStation 5 because I think they'd probably have the most exclusives. But I still think what Xbox, the direction they're going is a very smart direction. Whether they'll come up on top, who knows? Because eventually, I'd imagine they're gonna try and push this Game Pass. Maybe who knows, 10 years, 20 years down the line on other platforms and stuff like that. So you can play Xbox games on Nintendo Switch or stuff like that. So it's something to consider. But it's a case of which type of games you prefer. I think single player games, Sony will always win because they've got the better choices. But then, like, I keep going back to Game Pass. That's what they're pushing the most. They're gonna keep pushing the Game Pass, and they're gonna hope that people buy the Xbox. Was it Series X? But the thing is I don't see the point of buying a Series S apart from a slight graphic upgrade and because the Xbox Xbox X that can still play 4K if I'm being correct. I don't know.
Yeah, Xbox X can
Can play
It's
4K.
still kind of PlayStation Pro, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't really have to upgrade at this moment of time. It's just a case of do you want to show people you got a PS5 or the Xbox X? So I'm not sure people will be in a hurry to buy these new consoles, but obviously it's like anything new. You're still gonna get people that's gonna be pre-ordering it and stuff like that. Cause like it's been 7 years, and the thing with the Xbox, the PS5 at least it's a different design, different pad. Whereas with the Xbox Series S, yes, the console looks different, but it's still the same pad. So even that, you that might just put you off as well. Like, you know what? Same pads. I might as well stick to the PS5. I think that would be the most.
Safest option.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. If there's one thing that if I'm gonna buy one of the consoles in like November when it comes out or December, it's probably gonna be a PS5 rather than an Xbox Series. That's because I've got a PC and I've got a gaming PC. And if you've got a gaming PC, do you really need the Xbox? Unless
It's true.
unless all your boys plays on console, that's.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And especially with Halo getting delayed till 2021, why would you buy an Xbox Series X? I can't think of a single reason to spend a £400 on a more powerful console if like the games are not there. But that's the thing. Similar to Sony. Sony doesn't really have a lot of things. I think they have the like new Spider-Man. But other than that, I don't think there's a competition.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are trying to push a competition like the narrative, but I don't think there's anything. And there's always like there's still Nintendo. Is Nintendo gonna release something new soon? I don't know how long the Switch has got. I don't even know when did they release the Switch? Can't remember. But they just released. Actually, they're saying they're gonna release a new version of the Switch. I swear. I think they said something like that. So we'll see how that goes. But it's I don't know with the I don't think there's such thing as console wars anymore. So I think, or maybe it's just I've just gotten old. I don't really care. But I just think one company is going through selling their console, which is Sony. Sony's still pushing out buy a PlayStation 5 because you can get this, that, and that. Whereas Xbox is saying, look, you can get the Xbox Series X, which is the most powerful console. That is more powerful than the PlayStation 5. That's a fact. But we have got this Game Pass that you can probably get on PC if your PC is good enough, or Xbox One X. And we're gonna provide you like a premium service that's probably gonna be the future of gaming because I ain't paying £70 every time I want to play a game, and that's like you said, it's getting closer to £100. How expensive can you make it, man?
Bruh, it's a lot. So I was like looking, thinking, right, is it really gonna be that price? Is it really gonna be this expensive? Like, you gotta think about like people that are trying to buy these games for their kids. You can't just think about just us, like people like just us. We can probably maybe afford to get 1 or 2 games like that, but it's just like, bruh, for the parents that are trying to get games for their kid. Like, you know, my daughter's gonna be a certain age in a couple years, and I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, if you want a PS5, what do you want? That's a hard £70, bro.
Yeah,
So that's a hard £70. Or what? You want DLC 220? It's gonna be £25-30. That's £100. £100 on a game.
It's mad.
Telling the little one she needs to get a job, but
Yeah, the little one's gonna have to get a job, rude boy.
You need to get a job.
We're gonna have to both work hard to go and, you know, get you some games, you know.
That's what I'm saying. If you really want a
oh,
game,
mommy can spoil you. You get me? Like,
Yeah,
boy,
one of the two, boy.
it's one of them ones. But I think it's still like, I don't know if it's actual £70 though. I don't know if that's a rumor or.
No, I did see the
not a rumor. 2K said it's 70.
Did actually they say it?
Call of-
Or,
yeah.
I thought it was just a price in there at first.
and the
no?
new Call of Duty.
Call of Duty as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is, yeah. That's just mad. I don't know how you can justify a game that's coming out every year £70. Maybe if a one-off game that took like 9 years to make, cool, release it for £70 if I've been waiting for years for it. Like, I don't mind. But I say like Final Fantasy now. Would you pay £70 for Final Fantasy if you know there's another 2 parts coming out?
I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think that's a bump?
I think I have to personally.
So then you're looking at Final Fantasy 7 is gonna cost you what, over £200 for like the full experience.
Of course. Cause remember now that we're getting PlayStation 5,
It's getting released on PlayStation 5 now.
Yeah.
So it's £70
yeah.
again. It's not £40-50. It's £70 for each episode.
It's a bit bad still.
So now you're looking at £250 for the full Final Fantasy experience.
It's a bit
Don't get me wrong,
mad
the game was
still.
good. The game was good.
It's a
But
bit-
for the full experience, you're looking at a £250 game. To be fair, if you offered me like 10 years ago, would you pay that much for a new Final Fantasy game? I might have said yes.
I don't know.
But I think that's why it's like it's mad, the whole £70 thing. It's like, especially if games are coming out in years, every year or every like 2 years, it's still. But I understand, you know, if you're gonna play it for a year, it's probably worth it. If you don't play that many games, and you buy like a FIFA or 2K that you're just gonna play for the rest of the year, you're not gonna buy any other games. It makes sense. But if you're a gamer, like most of us are, we're not just gonna play one single £70 game for the rest of the year. We're gonna play multiple games, and then it just adds up, and then we're gonna be out of pocket because £70 is not the way forward. But like I said, I don't think there's anything else we can really do. You just have to see how it goes. Hopefully, you know, retailers do put it less, and maybe, you know, gaming companies will allow us for once. But I don't know. That's a different discussion completely with the gaming scene and stuff like that, man. We can leave that for another episode, man. Because
yeah,
the gaming industry is.
It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. But yeah, thank you a lot very much for everyone that's tuned in. Don't know where it is already. We're speaking about the PlayStation Cross, the new Xbox Cross PC. Obviously, let me know what you lot think in the comment section down below. We've gave our thoughts and stuff. Time for you lot to give your thoughts after watching this video. It's been D-Buck. It's been Duke. Yeah. Peace, everyone.
Peace.